Let's take a moment to review the manual besides looking at the outline. So we're on page 92 right now, going over the upper back and chest and lungs, so 91, 92, 191, 92. But I want to flip to the upper body models so that we can look at the therapeutic pages and really understand the quick references that I've made here. So if we go to page 68, we're going to start there. Okay? So on 68, you'll see it's the head and neck, and it gives you the therapeutic poses that you can review. We just did forward folds, headstand, training wheels. You can also use Chillaxin arms for the head and neck, right? And then Hammock. Talks about the benefits of these poses and then the focal point. Just some quick references so you know exactly how to come in and out of the poses or what to focus on. And then you'll see there's some links at the bottom which refer to the 30-day swing challenge. So day 13 and day 23.
Perfect.
Right? So that gives you, and of course on the e-manual, you'll have quick links there, which makes it a little bit easier to access. But you've been watching the YouTube swing challenge. Thank you for that. So that's really helpful. And then we went over to C7 joint. Flying monkey is also another pose that I love a lot for all of the upper back, which we've done a bunch, but we can review flying monkey. And then these great body pages are just good references if you ever want to sit down and just show your client too. Be like, well, this is what we do for the C7 joint, and then you can flip, to the Chillaxin arms, Namaste, flying monkey. Any of these poses you can find in the templates then. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's just these all match the body model that is on my website. So if you go to features and go to body model, you can click right on these points that are blinking and get to the video that's linked to the 30-day challenge. So the body model on my website is also a great place to reference for people. Okay, so that's where I take pictures from. So thoracic spine, the upper back is what we're going to work now, upper back and chest. I really want to focus on reviewing Chillaxin, Star, Ladle. We did a bunch yesterday, so I feel confident about that. Yeah. Let's just focus on our butterfly and Skydiver. Okay, so we're going to come in through Chillaxin. We'll start out with our supported back bend, and I'm going to give you just little cues that would be extra when we focus on the therapeutic practice. It's a little bit more information than when we're just learning the poses. When we're learning the poses, it's really about alignment and the hooks, and now we want to focus on how to release the pain that might be, or the tension that's sitting in this part of the body. So let's go ahead and just come right up into our sumo squat. Swing low on the back to begin. Forearm press. Feet wide at 10 and 2. You can always adjust the mat if it feels like it needs to be moved. So from sumo squat, the easiest way for us to get into our supported back bend is to straighten the legs, right? So feet at the front of the mat, just sliding forward, 45 degrees. There we go. In our supported back bend, since we're working upper back, chest, upper thoracic, we use our Chillaxin arms to pull up and out, okay? So this is the cue that we have to give for people, is up and out, right? So the top of the head is pointing to the diagonal top back corner of the room. It's not a U, where they're dropping back, right? And then when we come into our weeping willow from here, we sway from side to side to start to massage out that stickiness that lives behind the heart. Okay, and so just this gentle rocking from a supported back bend will start to release the upper thoracic spine. Helps to open up the chest. With the elbows flaring wide, we're also getting that shoulder openness, and then we're getting the head and neck support here. Okay, go ahead and bend the knees. Come back to sumo squat. Arms stay wrapped around. We're going to get the leg loops on behind the knee for Chillaxin. We're not going to worry about our core activation right now. We'll do that when we get to lower body. Just get those puppies on. Okay, so Chillaxin pose. Upper body and lower body always work together, so we can feel how the lower back is releasing here as the upper back starts to lift. So this is the dynamic tension that I'm usually talking about here, where the sternum lifts and the sit bones are pressing down, so we get this nice long length through the front of the spine. Super duper important. So hips heavy, heart open, head relaxed. That's our mantra here, right? So we keep pressing our tailbone and pubic bone down as we lift the sternum up. So just even here in our supported back bend from Chillaxin, you can feel the openness starting to happen. And then what we want to do is initiate or start our back bends from the upper thoracic spine. And then it feels really good to go right into swagger. So when we come into swagger, we're opening up that connective tissue, working with the intercostal muscles, the rib cage, opening up the lungs. Just feel all those parts of the body interacting in this one pose. So Chillaxin pose is the go-to, right, for upper or lower body. You can really feel a lot of benefit from the pose. Beautiful. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and practice our Star Namaste Ladle. Just a quick review again for how this is going to work the upper body. So Star is legs extended, hips heavy, heart open, head relaxed back. Right, neck is long, so you don't want to kink your neck. Neck is long. Feel the difference? Yeah, it's a little bit better. Open up the arms, open up the chest, bring the hands to prayer, right? And then we press the hips up and lean back. We're holding on with our forearms, and this gives a great stretch for the front of the neck, the front of the shoulders, opening up the chest, lower back. Okay, come to sit. Let's try that one more time, and we'll add in ladle. Inhale, T. Exhale, star. Inhale, squeeze for namaste. Exhale, press back. So from here, hold on to the swing with your hands. Slide into ladle. Just stay holding on for now. Just feel the bottom tips of the shoulder blades squeezing together, opening up the chest. Releasing the neck tension. And then if you want, if you're comfortable, bring the arms overhead. So palms up, straight arms, palms up. Okay? So it's not handstand arms, it's the straight arms. Okay, feet together, nice long line of energy. Up, palms up towards the sky. Yeah, fingertips on the ground. Great. Go ahead and reach up, grab for the swing. Head up, hips down, and then as soon as we come into our back bends, we get a big rush of energy because we're turning on the endocrine system that runs along the central pathway of the spine. And this opening is basically creating more heat and more movement, so we're spinning those chakras, turning on the energy managers of the body. So most people will get a full body sweat or a big rush.
Right. I noticed after ladle when I first did it, I got kind of nauseous a little bit.
Yes, so the detoxing happens. So anything blocking the body, we're getting a big flush. We're getting a lot of movement. And so that's great for the lymphatic system. That is great for the circulation, but you will also get that detoxing effect, which could be dizziness, nausea, feeling a little woozy. Everybody's different, but let's get you some ginger. So so that's really common. And we want to say, you're welcome. You're getting a free cleanse. But didn't sign up for it, so you're like, well,
side effects.
All right, let's come right into our butterfly. Okay, so we're going to bring our fingers towards our knees, slide up our leg loops as high as possible. To start out for butterfly, we bicep curl. So even here, we're starting to lengthen and open the chest, right? And then squeeze and round in, just to pause and take a break, undulate the spine. Inhale, lift, open. Yeah. So less legs, more arms. So just sink your hips down. Yeah. So if you press your legs in, you lift up really high. But if you just use your arms, you're not going to lift up very high, right? So yeah, just the arms. Yeah. A little bit harder. Inhale, lift. It's okay to use the legs, but let's just focus on upper body right now, right? So obviously we're opening up the hips and everything in this pose, but since we're isolating the upper thoracic spine and the chest, I want to bring our awareness there. So we bicep curl up, and then we're going to balance by bringing your arms in front. Yeah. So stay straight up and down. Straight up and down. So lean your hips back. Yes. There it is. See the difference? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what we want to do is play with that wheel, or that tight spot, that hump that we have to get over. And we're going to press our arms into the leg loops to lift ourselves. That's it. That's it. And then just come back and sit. That's it. Just that little movement is going to start to open up the chest, right? Head in line with the body. Perfect. And just take a few breaths like that, and then we press our hips forward into Skydiver. Really good. Really intense on both the hips and the shoulders, right? Bend the elbows, start to slide in. Bend the knees, feet together. Keep the knees open, yeah. So this is a big hip opener, big chest opener, and we're getting the whole front of the spine to release. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades squeeze together. Okay, pressing the feet together. To come out, we bend our knees, pull our feet down towards our ground, sink the hips back, engage the arms. If you slide up into high diver, it's okay. Just go ahead and wiggle on back. That's very common. And then we just reset here. So that pose is great for the belly, the chest, the shoulders, the hips, the whole front of the spine. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together to open up the rhomboids and that space behind the back. And then we always come back to Chillaxin to reset. Do you have any questions about that or anything you need to repeat? Just stay for a moment and then we'll index the videos.